As mentioned in other videos, the goal of this process is to eliminate a great number of items so that we are left with a good result of filtered items that may or may not work. And then we go through each one of those items and analyze them individually with criteria. But obviously the best way would be to eliminate as many items as possible so we're left with a smaller list, because it does take time to go through each item individually. So in this case, you can see we still have 1,137 items. Now that's down from about 34,000 that this supplier has, so that's pretty good. But if we can eliminate more items so we have less to go through individually, that's even better. One way to do that is with checking the supplier's stock. If an item is out of stock, obviously it doesn't make any sense to analyze it because we can't buy it anyway. Now the problem is the stock changes very quickly, sometimes hour by hour. So some of the suppliers do have a column that says stock, but that's going to be fairly irrelevant within a number of days, so it's important to go through it as quickly as possible. Other suppliers like this one, PA Distribution, don't have a stock quantity. On their spreadsheet, but they do have this information on their website. So what you would do is, you can see here, I'm in the basket, this is the ordering portal, and you put in the item here that you want to order, and you use the item number from the supplier. So let's just take this one for example. I already have some items populated in here from a previous order, but I'm going to just show you how this works. You can see here it doesn't tell you the stock information. Unfortunately, with this site, what you need to do is add it to your cart. Now this has a minimum of 3. Some of the suppliers do have minimums, or they require case quantities, so I went ahead and added that to my basket, and it even tells me a nice little 3 there. Then when you do that, you can check your basket. Now what you would do is add each item. Add each one of these 1,137 items to your cart until you have a full cart, and then you go through and you check your stock one by one. And we'll go ahead and check it here, and this one has 0 in stock, so that makes no sense to try to find. We're going to go ahead and remove that from the basket, and then you take this and you find your stock. I thought I put in a field that says stock. There it is, stock check. I just added that field there, and you would say 0. Okay, and then you go back and you check your inventory one by one. Again, this seems like a tedious process, and it is, but not as tedious as going through and checking all of the data points of every item on Amazon. So we want to eliminate the ones that are out of stock first. Now after I do that, like I said, this is from a previous order, but I would find that item and I would put 0 in the column. Now we'll just go through until we find one. Again, remove that from the list, and then this one has 230 in stock, so I'd go ahead and find that in the spreadsheet and add 230 there. And you can leave it in the cart if you want, or you can eliminate it from the cart. I would remove it from the cart because you're going to fill the cart with the final items later, and I think it'll get a little confusing if you have some items we're going to buy, some items we're not going to buy. But whatever your workflow is, whatever works best for you is fine. I like to just eliminate everything and then add it to the cart later. But that's how you find stock in this particular supplier. Other suppliers are a little bit easier. So we've got PK Beauty, this list here, and the way you do that is you just simply, you can see this column is already filled in. You go here and you put in the item number, and then in this case you don't have to add it to your basket. It just says no, not available, so you would say out of stock. Okay, whereas this one, you put it in and it will tell you right away whether or not it's in stock. Yes, it is. And that just saves you a little time down the line. Even though this is a tedious process, you're going to eliminate a great number of items and then only be looking at the items that are in stock.